Alright guys, so I went into hermanmiller.com. You can see right up on top here. When you go in, this is the home page. Just go up to Design Resources right there. 3D Models Revit. Click on that. Let that open up, and you can see there's Revit families and typicals. You got product categories, individual families, typical project files, and you can go through. I'm just going to go to an individual family to show you the base idea here. So you come in, and there we go. A whole bunch of different chairs that they have. All right. If you went to, stools or whatever, they bring it down a little bit. But let's just start with just the good old Herman work chair. And you're going to just go find the Revit file right here. I'm going to save it to my computer, so I'm just downloading it. There we go. And let me go to my downloads folder. And there it is. Open that guy up. And here you go. So it actually even brings in the fabric. So we could bring those into our model, and it brings in the seating right here. I'm going to open that thing up. If I were you guys, pull it out of the zip file, like save it someplace. I actually have a folder of Revit downloads or Revit family downloads that I can save things to, and keep it all in the same spot then, so I know where everything is. So once that's opened, you see this is what we get. There it is, nicely built. Alright, and all you have to do is go up here, load in the project, click. And I've got Jolene's project up. And let's say that the receptionist is going to get an Herman chair. There we go. And so I place the Herman chair right there. I'm going to rotate it more that direction. There we go. And let's take a look and see how wonderful the Herman chair looks behind her wonderful desk. And there we go. So that's the idea with that. I think that Jillian was one of them that asked about sizes and placement. So let's talk about that real quick. So here's that desk. And you can see it kind of pretty large in here, right? So that was one of the things that was going to be, a thought for all of you is how are you going to get this to fit, where are you going to fit it, so on and so forth. And realistically, there's a few things that we could do here. Oh, let me move this desk. There we go. I've got a new mouse and I'm not happy with it at all. I'm going to take all this stuff, control, grab it all at the same time. And let's do a little... Yep, undo. That was horrible. Guess I'll just type it. Usually you can just rotate it and it works out pretty well, but wow. Yeah, it's my mouse. Isn't that weird? Modify. There we go. I just typed it up in the corner there. And I'm going to do this. Nice little seating area. Take the desk. Let's do a rotate on this. And I agree it's still too large, but I'm wondering if it will fit a little bit nicer in there. And then what we're going to do is in here is I'm going to look now, and let's do a little measure and say, okay, realistically, how big should this desk be? And it should probably only be under 10 feet in total diameter. So come in, edit the family. That's the beauty of this whole family thing, is that you pull it out of your project to edit it. Makes it a lot easier. And there are things like scaling and stuff like that. Like you could grab this whole thing and try to scale it. The only issue with that is the depth of your counters and stuff like that would wind up changing, and the heights would change and stuff. So reality is you kind of gotta look to rebuild it a bit. Okay, so it would be more about going in and just working each different element, you know, whatever they are, and rebuilding this thing. So for example, coming in here, and you can see, I'll show you the different tools up top here. So there is a scale right there, or I'm sorry, there isn't a line, but there is a scale. And this one right now, you can see it's whited out. But you can actually create something and scale it down. It just, like I say, it would scale kind of strangely probably. So here, instead of this, we're going to go edit the extrusion, and let's go plan view. And you could literally take this guy, and instead of 5 foot or 10 foot there, maybe you want 3 foot. And then on this one, maybe instead of 7, you want 5 foot. And so that does part 1, right? And so it's going to take a few minutes, of course, to do this thing, but again, edit extrusion. So this is 6'6", so let's go 4'6". Let's actually do like 4'4", and then this one is 7'1", so let's do 4'10". There you go. And let's show you where we're going with this thing so far, 3D. So you can see I'm getting it smaller here, pulling things in smaller. Here's the next one, edit this one. And just the same idea, so let's go 5'2", let's go 3'2". And then this one is 6'10". Let's do 4'10", there you go. And again, 3D, so you can see how this is working. Alright, and then these two tables would also wind up moving, and then this guy, where is it there? That guy needs to just basically pull out a bit further so it cuts through again. So now if I look at plan view, you know, it's going to take a few minutes, but really literally a few minutes. Plan view, I take this across in 2/8, so I could, if I really wanted to, make this a little bit, this void a little bit bigger in both directions, right? Just to try to get that 3-foot feeling out of it. And then here, you know, we're still 6 foot in the middle there, so that's cool. This, I think it's a void. I'm not exactly sure what that void is for. I'm going to delete it at the moment and just see what happens here. And then this guy, hold my control key. And let's do edit all of that. Let's see what I can edit here. Hold on. These, maybe you just even yeah, it is a different arc. Different arc, so you're going to have to play with that. But I'm just going to go ahead and move them real quick. And again, to play with those, to change that arc, same idea, 6-6. Bring that down to like a 4-6 or whatever. So we got this, and I'm just going to load it back. I know it's not done, but I'm not going to spend the whole time. Load it back in, overwrite the whole thing, and so you can see, wind up fitting a little bit better with those elements in there. Changed, it might not be too bad. Oh. There we go. We'll do something like this. Yeah, once those are pulled in, there might be enough room. But that's the idea. Hopefully that makes some sense. The one other question was restroom stalls. I'll tell you right now, don't worry about them. There are some restroom stalls that you guys can download it from some of the different websites. And I believe that Revit even still has a couple. But we're not going to do any 3Ds of the restrooms anyway, so don't worry about the restrooms. All right?